Ahoy from BA. This is a Rorschach Ocean update from the 1st of April 2025, a summary of what's going down in the 70% surface of the Earth covered in salt water. On Thursday, the 27th of March, a tourist submarine sank in the Red Sea off the coast of Hurghada, Egypt, during an underwater sightseeing tour, killing 6 Russians and injuring dozens of people. The Sinbad Submarine's vessel, which was carrying 50 people, reportedly hit a coral reef and lost pressure, causing water to flood in. Despite crew efforts, the submarine sank quickly. Rescuers saved 44 passengers and all 5 crew members, but 29 people suffered injuries, with 4 in critical condition. Survivors described a desperate escape as water filled the vessel. Authorities launched an investigation, confirming that the submarine had passed inspections. The incident raises questions about safety standards in Egypt's thriving underwater tourism industry. Sinbad Submarines, which operated the tour, has not released a statement yet. In the Arctic Ocean, on Sunday, the 30th of March, the Korean Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries confirmed for the first time the deep expansion of Atlantification into the western Arctic Ocean near the Pacific. This phenomenon, caused by climate change, is making warmer and saltier Atlantic waters flow into the Arctic Ocean, which can accelerate the reduction of sea ice. A joint team from the Korea Polar Research Institute and the University of Alaska Fairbanks recently noticed that highly warm and salty waters in the western Arctic have expanded by about 90 meters, almost 300 feet, since the early 2000s. This shift not only impacts ocean layers but also influences marine ecosystems by providing important nutrients to surface organisms like phytoplankton. From Arctic to Antarctic waters, a study published on Monday, the 24th of March in the journal Astrobiology integrated data on bacteria and microbial eukaryotes from 2 Antarctic research stations, Rothera and Palmer, over a year. Researchers discovered that warming rates in the West Antarctic Peninsula controlled microbial community structures. On the warmer Palmer site, bacteria had a dominant role, while at Rothera, microbial eukaryotes were more influential. These changes could reduce biological productivity by trapping nutrients in the microbial loop, affecting larger organisms like krill and fish. Do you want to know more about this study? Link to the show notes. Next up, a 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Pangai, Tonga, early Monday the 31st, issuing tsunami alerts. The U.S. Geological Survey reported the quake at a depth of 6 miles, almost 10 kilometers. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center observed tsunami waves and advised coastal residents to move to higher ground. Forecasters expected waves between 1 and 3 feet, from 0.3 to 0.9 meters, along the shores of Tonga and Niue, while smaller waves were likely in Fiji, Samoa, and nearby islands. The predictions were correct for Tonga, but waves were way smaller than expected in Niue. Authorities later confirmed that the tsunami threat had passed, but they warned of minor sea level changes in the region for several hours. This event is connected to the seismic activity in the Pacific Ring of Fire, where underwater earthquakes frequently generate ocean activities. On another note, according to the Chinese Ministry of Natural Resources, China's manned deep-sea submersible Jiaolong set a new record for dive frequency during its first mission after a major upgrade. From Thursday the 27th of February to Tuesday the 25th of March, Jiaolong completed 14 dives in 10 days, including 4 historical instances of 2 dives in a single day. The mission also successfully tested improved domestic components, making the submersible more reliable. With a depth capacity of more than 7 kilometers, more than 4 miles, Jiaolong has already explored the Pacific, Indian, and Atlantic Oceans. The submersible should conduct over 80 dives in 2025, expanding its role in deep-sea exploration. Let's have a look at the Atlantic Ocean. A new study published on Wednesday, the 26th of March in the journal Nature based on nearly 40 years of ocean data, reveals significant cooling and freshening of deep waters in the subtropical North Atlantic. Researchers estimate that warmer, saltier waters already present in other regions of the Atlantic Ocean could reach this area within the next 10 years, reversing the trend. This quick shift may affect ocean currents, sea levels, and climate patterns by altering the Atlantic meridional overturning circulation, an important force behind global ocean circulation. Researchers linked the freshening trend to a similar event in the subpolar North Atlantic over 20 years ago. If this trend continues, the region could soon experience rising temperatures and salinity, potentially disturbing ocean stability. To check out the study, follow the link in the show notes. Now, some updates from the Indian Ocean. On Friday, the 28th of March, Iran threatened to target the combined US and UK military base on Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean if the US attacks Iran. Iranian state media warned that the country has advanced weapons such as a Khorramshahr missile and Shahed 136B drones, which are capable of reaching the base. This threat follows the deployment of US B-2 bombers to the base, which can carry large bunker-buster bombs. Iranian officials, including Speaker Mohammad Bakr Kalibaf, emphasized the vulnerability of US forces and warned that any attack on Iran could lead to regional instability and retaliation against US and allied bases. What about the Suez Canal? On Tuesday, the 25th of March, the Suez Canal Authority reaffirmed its ability to manage current challenges, emphasizing that major shipping lines plan to resume transits as soon as stability returns to the Red Sea. Ongoing discussions with major maritime stakeholders, including the International Maritime Organization, aim to address security concerns and optimize operations. Companies like Maersk and MSC have expressed strong support for the canal, investing in port projects and prioritizing its use. The Canal Authority continues to improve its infrastructure, recently completing upgrades to navigation safety. Additionally, it has provided critical repair and salvage services to vessels attacked in the Red Sea. From the Suez to the Panama Canal, on Friday, the 28th of March, Chinese regulators have delayed the sale of 2 Panama Canal ports, blocking a deal led by US-based BlackRock. The agreement, originally set to close in the first days of April, involved BlackRock acquiring Hong Kong firm CK Hutchinson's controlling stake in multiple global ports. China's State Administration for Market Regulation launched an antitrust investigation for market fairness and public interest. Tensions between the US and China have escalated, with President Trump imposing new tariffs and pushing Panama to eliminate charges for US vessels. While China owns ports near the canal, Panama maintains full control of the waterway. Trump's administration has also raised concerns over Chinese influence and suggested renegotiating agreements with Panama to benefit US interests. In other news, on Thursday, the 27th of March, Bulgarian Prime Minister Rosen Zhelyeskov proposed the creation of a multinational maritime coordination center in the Western Black Sea to improve shipping security. The center would focus on continuous maritime surveillance, early threat detection, and the protection of strategic underwater infrastructure. Zhelyeskov stressed the importance of establishing navigation rules and monitoring activities both at sea and in the air, as well as responding to potential aggressive actions. He also highlighted the need to restore commercial shipping in the region, stressing its importance for both bordering countries and global east-west trade. Zhelyeskov shared this proposal during the Peace and Security for Ukraine event in Paris, hosted by French President Emmanuel Macron. Closing with the Mediterranean Sea, Greece's Energy Ministry said on Wednesday, the 26th of March, that the multinational energy company Chevron has shown interest in exploring 2 additional offshore gas blocks south of Crete, marking its second move into Greek hydrocarbons this year. The government has accepted Chevron's request and is willing to define the coordinates and issue an international tender for the areas bordering ExxonMobil's existing exploration sites. This expansion would double the offshore exploration area to 47,000 square kilometers or 18,000 square miles, raising hopes of commercially viable gas reserves. Greece has increased efforts to develop domestic energy resources, reducing reliance on Russian gas in line with the EU's energy diversification goals. And that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. And don't worry, subscribing to the Rorschach Ocean Update won't cost you a thing. By subscribing, you're helping us grow and continue bringing you the updates you love. Tune in on your favorite podcast platform. See you next week.